Kiss my ass. Good?
Huh?
All right. If you could wish one thing for your loved ones, what would it be? For this, what would it be?
Happiness.
Happiness? All right. Tell us what would it be? Health. Okay, so the answer I was looking for was health, but happiness is the same thing. No matter what you want for your loved ones, it's always going to have to do with how long they're able to be alive, right? So it has to do with health. All right, so health depends on a couple different things. It depends on your physical fitness, how long you can stay alive, but also depends on what your diet, right? Because your diet is going to depend on how healthy you are. So diet is what I want to talk about today. Diet, specifically I want to talk about whole foods as compared to processed foods. Okay, whole food diet is based on whole foods, right? What I want to cover today is what whole foods are, why you shouldn't choose to eat processed foods, and finally how you can start implementing that plan into your life. All right. Okay, so which one of these is better for you, bias?
The tomato.
So what is this?
Tomato juice.
All right. Okay. No, it's supposed to be salsa. It's homemade salsa.
Oh,
But anyways, all right, so whole foods, right? Whole food. All right, so definition of whole food. Merriam-Webster's Learner's Dictionary defines whole foods as a food that is considered healthy because it's grown naturally, has not been processed, and it contains no artificial ingredients. All right, processing, on the other hand, is any alteration of the original food. All right, it can be cooking, drying, crushing, anything that changes the original food. When you talk about processing, normally we're going to talk about adding stuff to the food too, which leads me to my next point is adding flavor, right? We all love the flavor of food. We all love pizza. So, who wants to give up pizza and eat apples? Nobody, right? Not many people. But as we get older, you got to make conscious decisions to be healthy, right? So, to be healthy, you got to make decisions, meal decisions. So to do that, first thing you got to understand is what whole foods, you got to understand why we want to eat processed foods, right? Processed foods are foods that are high in calories. All right, Professor Andrew Hill, he was the head of the academic unit of psychiatric and behavioral sciences at Leeds University, said that from an evolutionary point of view, junk food cravings are linked to prehistory times where the brain's dopamine reacted to the benefit of a high-calorie food as a survival mechanism, right? So basically what he said was back before we grew, plants and we raised animals, we lived from meal to meal. So that whenever we got food, our body produced dopamine and released dopamine, so we became happy. It's the same thing today. Whenever we get food, we're happy, right? So we're fighting evolution every time we're trying to get away from processed food. But now that we're older, we got to make a conscious decision of what we're actually going to do. So instead of processed foods, we go with whole foods. Processed foods, I'll talk about why processed foods are bad for us. Now that we know why we want them, I'll talk about why they're bad for us. Processed foods, one of the first things that happen when you're processing food is you start taking the nutrients from it. All right? No matter how you process it. When you remove the nutrients, which includes vitamins, minerals, these things called phytochemicals, when you remove all those things, the reason for them is to boost our immune system. That's the reason why they're there. All right, phytochemicals. Phytochemicals are things in fruits and vegetables. They're little chemicals that help our immune system for one. And we know we hear a word every day, antioxidants, right? That's a type of phytochemical. One of the main things antioxidants do is they quench the free radicals and other unstable oxygen molecules present in our cells. All right, if they're not removed, they'll damage our cell membranes and they'll alter our genetic material. All right, so this is one of the real reasons why antioxidants are so important, is because they remove that stuff. Now, when we're younger, we don't care, it doesn't bother us, we feel healthy, but if we don't remove that stuff over time, when we get older, that's when the diseases start to set in. That's the reason why whole foods are so important. Another thing is removed when you start processing food is fiber. We may not understand what fiber, how beneficial it is to us, but fiber is extremely important to our digestive tract. It does the same thing that antioxidants do. It removes toxins in our body. if we have a diet that's low in fiber, those toxins get trapped in our body, and the same thing. We may feel good now, but years from now, the same thing. That's when diseases, cancer, and things like that set in. All right, Dr. Tara Gaidas, she's a spokesperson for the American Dietetic Association. She states that many studies have found that a diet rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains are associated with a reduced risk of diseases such as cardiovascular, many types of cancer, and type 2 diabetes, which I'm sure we all heard of that before. All right, processed food. Another thing with processed food, like I said before, is additives. They add things to them, flavor. They add things that extend the shelf life, right? But things that they add that we may not be aware of are hormones, unnatural genetic material, and chemicals. Now, these are added to many of the foods we eat every day: hot dogs, chips, anything that we eat. Another side note for additives are scientists, they're always arguing about what the long-term effects of additives are. They don't know exactly, right? So we have to deal with that, the unknown of that. All right, in addition to this, dietitian Dr. Lucia Kaiser states, I think the most worrisome additives are not the preservatives, but the salt, sugar, saturated, and trans fats that we eat. All right, everything we eat, this process has that stuff in it, and we all know that it contributes to weight gain, contributes to heart disease and diabetes. All right, so now we understand. I mean, we all understand that we should be eating whole foods. That's not nothing new. We all know that. But the real reason, the next question is, how are we going to do that? How do you incorporate that into your life? Because we all want to eat pizza, we all want to drink Cokes. That's what we want to do, you know. To do it, just like anything, any change you make in your life has got to be a small change, right? So you just decide to make a change, like you say 1 day a week or 1 meal a day. Instead of eating something else, I'm going to eat nothing but whole foods. Or just make a small change at first. Because it's hard to do, you're going to get tired of doing it after a while. So there's lots of resources online for people that have already done this and have like totally switched from processed food, and all they eat now is whole food. A couple of those resources are a place called 100daysofrealfood.com, another place called happily-unprocessed.com. All right, so by conclusion, all right, so what I want to do today, I want to describe to you, number one, what whole foods are, all right, and the benefits of them. Number two, I want to tell you about what processed foods are and the threats that potentially can pose to you now and in the future. And number three, I want to give you or have you start thinking about a plan of what you can do to start making healthy choices and start eating whole foods so you'll have an overall, so your life will be healthier in the long run. And this is something that you can be sure that your loved ones will be grateful